Alright guys, so welcome back to another video. So today I want to show you something about the golf balls that you use on the simulator. This goes for those who have a simulator, or those who even have like a golf net, or those people who want to have a golf net or want to set up something like this, like me. Basically what happens is, like, after you use a golf ball repetitive on the screen, they crack. And this is regardless of the brand. Even a range ball, they crack. I tried over the years like all types of brands. I tried range balls, I tried premium balls, I tried cheap balls as well, because that's the thing that most people do. And I would say probably after like about a month and a half, they start cracking. Some crack sooner than that, some crack later than that, some last more than others, but eventually all the golf balls are gonna crack. I have about like 60 balls, I'll show you in a minute. But there's a particular brand that never cracked on me, and I have two balls of the same brand, same model, and for some reason it never cracked. I even tried to crack it. I mean, I was like, man, why is this ball not cracking? And there's another model too that for some reason never cracked. So I don't know if it's that ball in particular that, it never cracked, because obviously, I mean, I had it for like years and it never cracked. So what I want to do is I want to recommend to you what balls to use on your simulator, because obviously this can take a toll on your expense. You can even if you buy cheap balls, they're all gonna crack. So after like a month, you're gonna be spending a lot of money on just golf balls. Even if you use range balls, they're gonna crack as well. Okay, so I want to show you. Look at this. I have this bucket of balls. I'll show you this one as well. This is what happens. They crack really bad. Look at this one. The cracks. All of these balls are cracked. Wilson Staff. I'll show you. I have all different brands here. Even the Vice. Look at that. The Vice ball. Here. This is a range ball. Right here, range. And look at this. It cracked as well. So I have many balls here. Another range ball here that are cracked. And then what happens once it cracks is if you keep using it, you're gonna lose a lot of distance, so it's not gonna be worth it. But I have here about, I don't know, I think 50 balls right here, cracked. Cheap or good balls, regardless, they crack. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you the brand that never cracked, and this is surprisingly is the Pro V1. Just the Pro V1 actually. I have two Pro V1s right here, and this one, I promise, I had it. Look at this. I had this like for like 2-3 years. I hit it over and over and over, and it never cracked. And this is another one right here, and this is a Pro V1X. I think it says Pro V1X Plus. I've never heard of them. The same thing. I hit it over and over. I even tried to crack it. I was like, why is this not cracking? And this one's right here, never cracked. Okay, so let me show you these two balls right here. I mean, you can tell that they're really old. They're really worn out, because I hit it over and over through all the angles, and it just never cracked. And this is another Pro V1. I do have some other Titleist different models that they cracked. So I'm talking about just this specific model right here. These two balls, guys, for some reason they never cracked. So basically, if you have a simulator, a lot of people would think like, I'm gonna just buy some cheap balls and use them in the simulator, and they go that way. That's what I used to do. But the thing with doing that is that the cheap balls, regardless of how cheap they are, they're gonna all crack. So my advice will be not to get the cheap balls, but actually get the Pro V1s for the simulator, because those are the ones that are going to be more durable. I look over my stack there, and I did not find a cracked Pro V1. I did look over. I have a lot of balls there. I can show you, but not a single Pro V1 or Pro V1X was cracked. Maybe it's just those two balls that I have for some reason. But if I were you, I would try to buy just the Pro V1 or Pro V1X and go with that. Especially the older models, I think you will go better with those, because otherwise you're gonna have your simulator, you're gonna use cheap balls. Even if you have just like not the super cheap balls, but you maybe like the TaylorMade or the Callaway, like for 20 bucks you can buy them. But the problem with that is that they're gonna crack after a month and a half. And if you have a 12 pack, yeah, it's gonna last you like probably like three months or something like that, depending on how much you hit balls. But eventually, ultimately, they're gonna break. So basically, the process of cracking, a lot of people discuss that in forums. You start hitting the balls and you get good distance. Then all of a sudden, after a month, then you start noticing a little drop in distance, and you start wondering, is my swing? Did I not hit that flush? Especially when you hit one really, really flush and it doesn't go as far as you think it will go. What happens is that internally it starts to crack and you start losing distance. And then from that point, between it's internally cracked and then you can see it outside, I think it takes, I would say, probably like 20 hits. And then after that, you'll finally see that it's cracked. So be careful there, because a lot of people would think that, it's my swing, it's my speed, it's my contact, and a lot of times it's not. A lot of times it's the ball that is cracking internally and it's losing distance. Something else I want to add is that if you're playing with balls like this one right here, the Pro V1s, after a while, obviously, at the beginning you're gonna get the good distance. Then even if they don't crack, I would say you'll experience a drop in distance a little bit. So be careful with that, because if you're playing with really old balls, maybe your 7-iron is not going to carry as much as you normally carry. But if it's not cracked, it's still going to go. It's not going to be as bad as a cracked ball, because a cracked ball, if you carry like 160 with a 7-iron, when I cracked it, it goes like 120. So that's really significant. But if it's just old, I think you will lose. If you hit like 160, you probably drop like 5%, I would say. So a little bit you're gonna drop. You're gonna feel that on an older ball. So keep that in mind. A lot of times I just play with them, because you can't be buying new balls every time. So I just adjust for that in my calculation. So what kind of distance I get with different clubs. So keep that in mind, guys. Okay, so I want to show you a difference between this ball right here that I have for like 3-4 years probably, and this is a newer ball, newer Pro V1. I'm gonna hit a 9-iron and the green is about 140 yards. I'm gonna hit the new one first. I'm gonna show you the difference. It depends, because if you hit a really good one, even if it's an old one, you're gonna get good distance. But if you hit them both the same, I think the new one will go a little more. So let me show you. This is the new one, new ball, 9-iron. Okay, I'll say I hit that decent. I mean, it wasn't super, I didn't put a lot of speed on it, but I think it was decent. Let's look at the distance there. I think it carry 135. So that's what I normally hit. Now I'll show you this one right here. I'll try to hit it the same, but obviously I'm not a robot, so let's try it. I couldn't tell you if I hit it exactly the same, but it went just a little less. But I tell you what, this ball right here, I mean, this one right here, guys, is like invincible, man. This one right here, it never cracked, and you can see it still got a carry of 133, and I didn't even hit that very good. So let me try with a driver. Maybe you'll see the difference in there. Okay, so I'm gonna try with a driver. I'm hitting the all ball first. I'm just gonna try to hit, I'm just gonna give it my all, okay, and see if we can see some difference in the distance there. So just gonna try to give it all. Okay, that was decent. I mean, that ball should be cracked, I tell you what. Let's see how far that went. I think I pulled it a little bit, but it was pretty decent, guys. Let's look at the carry distance on it. I think it's a little hill there, so it's not gonna get much a roll, but it was what is that, 224. So that's pretty good. 224. I just came down here and I didn't warm up, so I think that's fine. Let's look at the new one now. Maybe with this one we'll see a little more. I'm thinking with the 9-iron we don't really see that much difference, but maybe here we will. So try to hit the same. I think it was about the same. I didn't hit it as good, maybe this one. Just went a little bit to the right. But what I want to say is that you will see a difference, maybe not on this ball, because this particular ball, maybe there's something on it that is just not breaking, but on any other ball, I'm telling you that you will see the difference in drop there. So 222. So let me hit now the new one first. This time we'll go with the new one first, and then the old one. Okay. Maybe we got some swings out of the way, so maybe I'm a little more warm up now. Gonna give it a little more. Okay. I think I hit it a little better than the one before, so let's see. Yeah, this was a hit a little better, I have to say. Let's just look at the carry distance. Okay. Let's see, 228. So that was better. That was better. A little more distance. Let's look at the old ball now. Okay, so just to give you an idea, look at this right here. It's a really old ball. I'm gonna go for it too, okay? Hopefully I can hit one similar to it. I think that was hit about the same, I have to say. Probably hit about the same. And then there we'll probably see a little difference. I feel like I hit those shots basically the same. The first one felt a little better because I think it's new, so it's newer, not new, but it's not brand new, but it's newer. Let's look. It was 229 the first one, so let's have a look at this one. 224. So there we go. I think you will lose a little bit of distance between an old ball and a new ball. Not that much, but there is a little difference, especially if you hit like maybe not a Pro V1, but any other ball, like premium ball, but one of those cheap premium balls. I think there you'll definitely see the difference. So I also want to show you this ball right here. This is Bridgestone Golf, but this is one of the oldest model, because I don't even know what that is right there, but because I did have the E6, the E12, and the newer models of the Bridgestones, and they did crack as well. So but this one is the only one that never cracked, and this is some kind of older model. I'm not sure what it says there, but I would also recommend something like this, but not the new ones, because if you get the new ones they will crack. I have a lot of new ones that I tried, like the E6, E12, and any other ones, they crack as well. So something that I will suggest doing when you're playing in the simulator, like hit a ball and then alternate. Don't hit the same ball over and over, because that is gonna just make it crack sooner. So what I would do is just get it like a pack of 3 or even 6 balls, like open 2 packs of 3, so have 6 balls, and then hit them and alternate the balls, because if you hit the same ball over and over, that's gonna, I would say it will probably last like a week, you know, depending on how much you play, but it will not last long if you hit the same ball over and over. So I call this the America ball. It never cracks. That's a hair there. Look at this. It's just unbreakable. It's just not sure what kind of, this is the Pro V1 392. If you can find a ball like this, a full pack of this model right here, you will be set like for life for your simulator, guys. So if you find this, These are the old Pro V1s, you know, and this kind of proves that I think the older models are like better, more durable, because I'm telling you, I had this ball for like probably 3-4 years, and you can see that because it's starting to wear off here. Alright guys, so that was it for the video. So I just wanted to give you some information or something that maybe a lot of people don't know. You think you're gonna use the same ball all the time, and it's just not true. Balls are gonna crack, and for me, I would recommend using the Pro V1s, Pro V1 X, or just the Pro V1s, which is something that a lot of people perhaps would not do, because they would say, like, you know, I'm gonna save some money, I don't want to use like good balls on the simulator, but like I show you, those balls are better than the other ones that you will probably use on the simulator, because those are gonna crack. And I can show you more pictures of it, or you know, I'll show you the video there. Every single ball was cracked. Callaway, Wilson, TaylorMade, even the Titleist, the same Titleist but different model, the Next Tour I think, and the Velocity, they all cracked on me. So just something to know, guys. You know, I don't want to be controversial or anything like that, but they do crack. If you get a simulator, or you know, or even a net, the golf net as well, you know, the ball is not gonna last forever. Balls are gonna crack. Some brands are gonna be better than others, because you are gonna be spending a lot of money on balls that are gonna crack anyways, and including range balls, because you would think like range balls are not gonna crack, but they crack as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure to do so, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.